Okay, so you're driving down the road, you get to a place where it's drifted in. You try to make it through, but you realize that's not going to happen. You try to back out, that's not going to happen either. So now you're stuck. At this point, most people would either shovel or call somebody to come and get them. But I'm going to show how traction boards or recovery boards are one of the easiest ways to get out of the snow. Most of them have handles along the sides, so you can use them as a shovel in a situation like this. You're going to want to dig out behind the tire or in front of, depending on which way you want to go. You need to dig all the way to the bottom so you can get the board jammed right at the bottom of the tire. This is probably the most important part. If you don't get them all the way to the bottom, you're just going to spin on them. Lower air pressure and bigger tires are definitely going to help in this situation, but it's not a must. They will work with car tires and regular pickup tires too. Once you get them jammed up under there good, you're going to want to remember that you want to go very gentle on the throttle. This is generally a good practice in the snow. You want to get up onto the ramps, but you don't want to drive off of them just yet. Once you get up onto them, you're going to want to rock back and forth a few times. This is going to clear out the snow in front of the other set of wheels that doesn't have ramps under them. This will give you more free movement and will help with a little bit of momentum to get moving and get out of the snow. So here I rock back and forth. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a run for it and try to get out. As you can see, I didn't quite have enough momentum to get out, but I'm going to saw the wheel back and forth a little bit until the front tires can catch the boards. I'll probably go into this technique a little bit more in a later video, but as you can see, it works pretty well. The recovery boards also work very well on all-wheel drive SUVs and cars. Here's our Subaru Forester. I'm going to demonstrate getting this thing stuck and getting it out. If you go in with a little bit of momentum, these Subarus tend to get very stuck. The flat belly hangs up in the snow and you can't move forward or back. So at this point, pretty much the whole bottom of the vehicle is hung up in the snow. I'll go ahead and show you this now. To dig this out would probably take at least an hour. It's packed with snow from front to back, and since the belly of the vehicle is fairly flat, you would pretty much need to remove all the snow from the entire bottom of it. The wheels have spun down, so the suspension is essentially unloaded, and the wheels have weight being taken off of them, and it's sitting on its belly. The nice thing about these ramps is that they lift the vehicle as you start to drive up onto them. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down here. Alright, so with harder and smaller tires, it's even more important that you get them right at the base of the tire and jammed up underneath the tire a little bit. If you don't, you're just going to spin on them. So you may need to spend a little bit more time. Here I'm just showing how they work as far as a shovel. A metal shovel would still probably work better, but if you had only room for one or the other, I would definitely take these because they do work. You're going to want to get them set in at not too steep of an angle. This will make it easier to climb up onto them. Pound them in really good. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up so you don't have to watch me for a half an hour digging out. I believe this whole ordeal took about 10 to 12 minutes. And that was purposely getting stuck. Okay. So now, here again, very, very gentle on the throttle. You'll see that the one tire spins a little bit. So I immediately stop. There it is. Spun. I stopped. Try it again. Just a little rock at a time. Once I start to move, I don't get crazy. Now I'm going to go ahead and rock back and forth. This is going to pack down a track for the front tires and allow them to roll easier. Drive forward again. Drive back. Get good free movement there. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a run for it. Not quite enough momentum. So now I'm going to have to reposition. Since the rear of the vehicle is already coming up and it's not hung up anymore, I'm going to go ahead and use the boards on the front, since the front part is the part that's hanging up. I do have another set of boards, so with all 4 of them it would have been easier, but I'm going to demonstrate with just 2. Again, dig out all the way to the bottom. Make sure you can get the tire to grip the board. Now these tires are at normal pressure, and they're a 17-inch wheel, so they're not an off-road tire. They're not aired down. Kick it under there good. Go ahead and speed it up again while I do the other side. I will say I'm pretty confident in these things. I did not have a second vehicle out here. I didn't really have a plan B. I was within walking distance of houses and things, so it wasn't an unsafe thing to do, but I did go out, purposely get stuck, and I was pretty confident that I could get out with these recovery boards. Okay, we'll go ahead and give it a try. There again, very gentle on the throttle, little rock back and forth. Clear out some snow underneath those other tires, pack it down. Make sure I can move freely the whole length of the board. I'm going to pull forward as far as I can to get as much momentum as possible. Give it a little throttle. Away I go.
Ready? Yes.
This does work on front-wheel drive cars as well.
Woo!
As long as you have enough room to get the ramps under the car, clear of the bumper. Same thing, rock back and forth a couple times, and there you go.
Good job, Bobby.